Jackson Radio Show.
Welcome back, everybody. We were talking about bundling of services and these different things where they bundle stuff and you get a bunch of things you don't want. But a lot of people do this. It's a marketing technique that works. If you got a bunch of stuff that you really don't care that much about, it's, loss leader type stuff, or not loss leader, because that's stuff that you like, that you're trying to draw people in, but things that you don't care that much about. Let's say it's fruit, and you've got a bunch of apples, but you've got these exotic fruits, and you want to sell the exotic fruits, but you got to get rid of the apples too, because you don't want to keep those. So you bundle it together. You say, hey, get these guavas and get these mangoes and get these kiwi. And, if you buy the kit, you get all that and you get a bunch of apples or pears or oranges. So people go, ooh, that's a much better bargain. So they take them. And there's always one thing that doesn't work. I'll use jelly beans as an example. Jelly beans, if you buy a thing of jelly beans, a bag, I guarantee you there's some licorice jelly beans in there. The black ones. Let's just go on and say it. Don't feel bad. The black jelly bean is the licorice jelly bean, right? So that jelly bean's in there. When you empty the bag, I guarantee you that one is going to be at the end. If you've got a bag that's got 25 cherry, 25 vanilla, 25 blueberry, and 25 licorice, black licorice, your black licorice will be left at the bottom of that bag, period. And that's why they bundle it. They bundle that bag of licorice just like they bundle all these cable shows. Now, you might ask yourself, why does the manufacturer bother to make the licorice knowing that a bunch of them are going to be left at the bottom of the bag? Because some weirdo actually likes them. They're making them, let's say 2% of the population likes black licorice. They won't just sell the black licorice because they can't make enough of a run to make it worthwhile. They'd have to sell that one at a much higher price. So in order to sell it cheaper, to satisfy a very small minority of people, the manufacturers will bundle it in. They'll make a bunch of them and they bundle it in with the rest of these others that can be sold individually. They could be sold cheaper. They make more profit on the ones people like, but they don't want to not make something for the small percentage of people that like licorice jelly beans. So I liken this to some of the strange channels like the Logo channel. It's a channel for lesbians. All right? And I have nothing against lesbians, but I don't understand why they need their own channel. It's like, if you watch a love story, is the love story any less poignant to you if it doesn't involve lesbians? I can watch a love story between white people and I don't go, wow, if only they'd been black, it would have meant more to me. If I watched a love story between two women, for whatever reason, if it were written well, I'd go, wow, they really loved each other. Okay? It has nothing to do with that, but they got the Logo channel. And the reason why I know this is because it's bundled with my cable package. Now, I'll ask you this. I know I'm going out on a limb, but do you think I really give a crap about the Logo channel or anybody in my family or any of us teetering on the concept of maybe becoming lesbians? I'm already a double lesbian. Why would I want to watch the Logo channel? So anyway, that's how they do it. Rolling Stone opined on this, and they said there's a direct correlation between the sheer number of outlets in 2017 and the willingness for companies to let creative types travel to the outer limits in order to stand out. As Daniel Feinberg, TV critic for The Hollywood Reporter, notes, streaming and the overall expanded marketplace for scripted television have created something of an arms race when it comes to securing the talents of a handful of hot showrunners or creative talents. And in the process of attempting to secure these writer-producers, who are also increasingly directors, it's necessary to give them the keys to the car. We're seeing an awful lot of free reign. And these shows are how the Noah Hawleys and Damon Lindelofs and David Lynch's manifest freedom. So I don't know who those people are except for David Lynch. And apparently these are some of these guys that are the creative types. And these are the ones that people are saying, man, they're giving free reign. These guys are going to town over all this stuff. Maybe so. They say I go on to say this: thanks to the premium cable channels and original content providers like Netflix, the traditional restraints of network TV have become outdated, and a model for what's considered a success on TV has changed. The latter's ability to help unique shows like the OA and Sense8 find receptive audiences has rippled through their competition. Now everyone wants to be the network channel service that gets the hot new show everyone's talking about. Streaming services don't need to worry about ratings. Netflix does not make its viewer numbers for the shows public so long as subscribers keep coming in, while cable networks are taking into account time-shifted viewing more and more. Couple that with less concern about low numbers even from ad-supported TV, and Hawley equates it to having a lot more rope with which to hang ourselves. And with the proliferation of channels comes the proliferation of content. The 24/7 news cycle networks scramble to fill. It's not even a news cycle, it's a cycle, because it's not about news, it's about what can I put in there to keep you coming back to my channel. And this is the case with ESPN. And I remember watching Dodgeball, Dodge, Duck, Dip, Dodge, and Dodge. And they lampooned ESPN. And the writers, when they talked about ESPN 8, the Ocho, they've always been able to experiment with various, crazy sports programs, like the X Games. And I'm sure there are lots of kids that watch that. My son is now starting to get into this skating thing, the not the skateboard, but the scooter. And he's probably going to soon start watching X Games. But is it really enough of a sport to say let's dedicate a channel to this? There's a quip that's in the movie Dodgeball. It says, if it's almost a sport, we've got it here on ESPN the Ocho, which I find rather funny. So in an effort to placate all of the sports fanatics, ESPN's gone overboard. And their deal with the NFL may be the straw that broke the camel's back. But before I get to that, let me explain what I'm talking about. ESPN can indulge curling and badminton and ping pong and a host of other shows because they're bundled. They're bundled as part of the package, of a cable package. And they say, well, look, we've got, I don't know how many channels, but they got a bunch. ESPN 1, 2, 3, 4. So they say, we'll give you 1 and 2, but you got to take 4 or 3 and 4. If you want this or that. And they've been using the NFL for leverage with that because the NFL has been a big deal. They enter into a big contract with the NFL for billions of dollars, and then they market that to the cable companies to say, hey, we've got the NFL. We're the NFL. I think ESPN's got Monday Night Football, and they've also got a few games. So in the NFL, up to this point, has been able to say, yeah, we're going to give you a good product. And that's, everybody's been happy up to this point. Decent games, good competition, league is in balance, and whatever else. Here's the product. And suddenly, things are not where they used to be. So here's what one of the outlets said about them. It's not outlandish to entertain a previously unthinkable prospect. Might ESPN elect to go without the NFL games, without rights to the NFL games? In the span of less than 5 years, industry giant ESPN has seen its narrative transform from that of a mighty colossus into a hard-luck tale of a ragtag warrior. As it struggles to regain heretofore heroic heights, levels of growth that are probably no longer attainable, ESPN has had to endure a slew of significant workforce layoffs, more reportedly on the way, and a once doting Wall Street that had turned a skeptically cold shoulder. I'll get it out. Astonishing increases in earnings, previously viewed as fait accompli, now seem like fantasies from another world thanks to the now familiar combo of cord cutting and burgeoning rights fees. So that's the beginning of this. With so much of ESPN's universe asunder, it's not outlandish now to entertain previously the unthinkable prospect. Might ESPN elect to go without rights to the NFL games after the expiration of its 8-year deal for Monday Night Football in 2021? Impossible? Yeah, we know. NFL games have been the backbone of ESPN's existence since 1987 and the biggest, most critical element of its financial dominance ever since. The network basically can't exist without an NFL rights package. So can ESPN survive without the NFL? We'll see. But there's a bigger picture here that I want to get into. And it involves Donald Trump. It involves the changing atmosphere of lots of things that we need to be taking a look at as conservatives. I've already hinted to it. I've alluded to it. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is here in a bit. Don't go nowhere. You'll miss it.
Kevin Jackson
on the Black Sphere Radio Network.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.